Good morning, students. We are completed 2 chapters, right? The next chapter, that is the chapter 3, redox reactions and rate of chemical reactions. Redox reaction and rate of chemical reactions. If you see the matters, there are so many changes occurring, right? Various changes are happening around us. That may be a physical change or a chemical change. These include both physical and chemical changes. So, what is the example for chemical changes occurring near us? In home, we are making a cake, right? So, baking a cake is an example for chemical reactions or chemical change. And also the boiling an egg or rusting a nail. These are the chemical changes. And also the milk going sour or burning of paper or wood. These are the example for the chemical changes. So, what are the example for physical changes? A pencil will be cut or ice will be melt. These are the example for physical change, right? So, for the matter, both the change will be occur. In sometimes physical change or in sometimes chemical change. In the physical change, there is no change in the property of the matter. The property will be same. But in the chemical change, the property will be changing. And also their state may also change. Right? You can see here a table about the difference between physical change and chemical change. Okay, in a physical change, matter changes its form but not the chemical identity. Here you can see the example, melting of ice, chopping wood or slicing bread. These are the physical changes. So what is the chemical changes? In a chemical change, a chemical reaction occurs and new products are formed. Burning wood and rotting banana, fireworks, these are the example for the chemical changes. Okay, let us study the law of conservation of mass. Before going to that, as you know, how water will be formed? The water will be formed by the combination of hydrogen and oxygen. By the combination of hydrogen and oxygen, water will be formed, right? So, what is the mass of hydrogen? Mass of the hydrogen is 2 gram. So, mass of the oxygen is 16 gram. So, what is the mass of the water? It is taken as 18 gram. If you calculate total of the reactant side. So, reactant side means which side? This side is called as reactant side. So, where the reactants are present. In a chemical reactions, 2 words are important, that is the reactant and the product. In the reaction, which will be react, that are called as reactants, and what is the product or what is the new matter formed? It was called as product. Okay, here water is the product, hydrogen and reactions are, oxygen is the reactant. So, here hydrogen and oxygen will be react and it was forming the water. So, we are taking the 2 gram of hydrogen, 16 gram of oxygen, it will form the 18 gram of water. So, if you add the reactant side, here 2 gram is there, 16 gram is there. So, 2 plus 16 how much? 18 gram. In the reactant side, mass of the reactants is the 18 gram and in the water also its mass is 18 gram, right? So, because of this we can infer that in a chemical reaction mass is neither be created nor be destroyed. This was called as law of conservation of mass. If you take any reaction, the mass of the reactant side will be equal to the product side. That means the mass is neither be created nor be destroyed in a chemical reaction. So what happens in the chemical reactions? In the chemical reaction, only a product occurs by the reaction of reactant. There is no change in the mass of the atoms. Okay. Here you can see the definition of law of conservation of mass. In a chemical reaction, mass is neither be created nor be destroyed. The total mass of the reactants will be equal to the total mass of the product. Here you are seeing, that is the total mass of the reactant is equal to the total mass of the product, right? So, this law of conservation of mass is given by the scientist called Anthony Lavoisier. The scientist called Anthony Lavoisier gave the law of conservation of mass. Okay, he gave a big tribute to the scientific world. The Anthony Lavoisier gives a big tribute to the scientific world. Let us see what are they. He proposed the law of conservation of mass. And he also founded the role of oxygen in the combustion. When the combustion occurs, it needs the oxygen, right? This was found out by this scientist. And also, he discovered that during the respiration, oxygen is absorbed and the carbon dioxide is released. He also noticed that the presence of oxygen in nitric acid and the sulfuric acid and also the phosphoric acid. And also he named the elements oxygen and hydrogen. The oxygen and hydrogen name was given by the scientist Anthony Lavoisier. Our next topic is the balancing of chemical equation. Let us see that. Balancing of chemical equation. We told that hydrogen and oxygen will react and water will be formed. Let us see the equation of this one. H2 plus O2 gives H2O. H2 means what? Hydrogen. O2 means oxygen. It will give you the H2O. That means water. So, balancing means the number of atoms present in the reactant side and the present in the product side should be same. That means here 2 hydrogen is there. No, here should also 2 hydrogen will be there, and here 2 oxygen is there. Here also 2 should be there, but here 1 oxygen is there. So what is the next step? We have to balance this equation. This is now unbalanced equation. Why? Here the number of atoms in the reactant side and the product side are different, right? Here 2 hydrogen atoms are there. Here 2 oxygen atoms are there in the reactant side. But in the product side 2 hydrogen atoms are there, but only the oxygen atom is there. So now we have to balance this equation. How we can balance? We should put numbers here in the front of the atoms, not here. We cannot balance equation by writing the number here. We have to write number here itself in the front side of the atom. So here 2 hydrogen is there, 2 hydrogen is there. Here we cannot balance, right? The balance is there. But in the oxygen here 2 is there, here 1 is there. So if we put 2 here, what happens? 2 oxygen is there, here also 2 oxygen is there. It is balanced. But here H2 only already 2 hydrogens are there here. So 2 into 2, how much is there? Now 4 hydrogens are there. Right. So here only 2 hydrogens are there. Now we have to balance this number of hydrogens. So how we can balance? Here we should get the 4. How we can get the 4? By writing the 2. If you multiply 2 into 2, how much? 4 hydrogen is there. Here 2 oxygen is there. Here 2 into 2, 4 hydrogen is there and 2 oxygen is there. Now this equation is balanced. Now are you understand the balancing of chemical equation, right? The number of atoms in the reactant side should be similar to the number of atoms present in the product side. If there is no balance in the chemical equation, how we can balance that equation? By putting the numbers in front of atoms, not below side of the atoms or subscript of the atoms. So we have seen the one example. Let us see another example. Here zinc and HCl will react to form the ZnCl2 plus H2. So let us see how many atoms are there. Here 1 zinc is there. Here also 1 zinc is there. It is balanced. But here 1 hydrogen is there. But here 2 hydrogen is there. And this is unbalanced. And also Cl, here 1 is there. Here 2 atoms are there. So how we can balance now? We should get in this side 2H and 2Cl, right? Here HCl is 1 compound. So how we can balance this? We can put 2 here, right? So it is 2 HCl now. So 2 hydrogen is there, 2 Cl is there. Here you can see 2 Cl is there, 2 hydrogen is there. Now this equation is balanced, right? So let us see the another example, that is aluminium plus oxygen will form the Al2O3. So here how much aluminium atom is there? 1 is there. Here 2 oxygen is there. But here 2 aluminium and 3 oxygen atoms are there, right? So we should balance aluminium and also the oxygen. So how we can balance? So if we put 2 here, what happens? Al2, it is same, okay. But we have to balance this O2, right? Here O2 is there, here O3 is there. So in reactant side 2 oxygen is there, in product side 3 oxygen is there. So here we should take the common multiplies of 2 and 3. So we can balance. What is the common multiplies of 2 and 3? It is 6, right? How we will get the 6? 2 into 3 equal to 6 and also 3 into 2, 6, right? So we have to write 3 here and the 2 here. We cannot write in between the compound. We cannot write these numbers in between the compounds. We have to write in front of the compounds. Always we have to write in front of the compounds. Okay. So here now oxygen is balanced. That is 3 into 2, 6. 2 into 3, 6. So what will happen now? Here 2 into 2, 4 aluminium is there. But here 2 aluminium is there. So what we have to do? We have to write 4 here. So 4 aluminium. Now this equation is balanced. 4 Al is there. Here also 2 into 2, 4 Al is there. Now it is balanced, right? So this method is called as trial and error method. We have to check how we can balance the chemical equations. Always we have to try. It is a trial and error method. We have to write some numbers here and balance it. So I have given some homeworks to you. You have to do it. Carbon plus oxygen gives carbon dioxide, that is CO2, and N2 plus H2 gives NH3, that is ammonia, and SO2 plus O2 SO3. So what is the work for you? You have to balance these equations. Now are you cleared? Balanced equation means what? The number of atoms in the reactant side and in the product side should be same. And if the equation is unbalanced, what you have to do? You can put the numbers in front of the atoms. In the compound also you have to write in front of the compounds, not in between the compounds. H2O is the compound, right? So you cannot write 2 here. Okay, you have to write in front of the compound. This 2 means 2 for the whole compound. Okay, if you write 2 here, this is for the water, and if you write 2 here, it is for the Al2O3 whole compound. You cannot write in between the compound. So in this class we have to study law of conservation of mass and the scientist Anthony Lavoisier and his tribute to the scientific world, and also the balancing of chemical equations.